And to discuss this further, we have Honorable Peter Okoroafor, a public affairs analyst, joining us live from Abuja. Good evening and thank you for joining us on the news at this time. All right, straight to it. So ministers have been sworn in at this time when Nigeria is in dire need of diversification. In what areas do you think the cabinet should concentrate in terms of development to rescue, the low-performing economy?
First of all, I must commend the response to the composition of the cabinet. Even though I have some areas of concern when it comes to the expansion of the cabinet from what it used to be to about 48. That is quite huge and constitutes a clog in the administrative process in trying to achieve set goals. We have myriad of challenges confronting the country right now, inherited challenges that have persisted over time, key amongst which is security. Because as you know, no proper economic activity could thrive in an unsecured environment. And going forward, the past administration could not actually, as promised, stampede some of these security challenges that have bedeviled the nation. So the present administration is expected to look at the areas, critical areas, where the past administrations failed to perform, or what did they leave out in trying to tackle security issues in the country, ranging from the herdsmen activity to the Boko Haram activity, banditry, and the militancy in the south side and the southeast. Those things are still thriving, more especially in an era where it appears to be legitimized, where you see some of these militant operators brandishing hardcore military weapons before the public in an illusion of supposedly working in tandem with the military agencies or the security agencies in the country. So that goes to say that the present military administration has a lot to do if they really want this economy to thrive. Look at the farmers in the northwest. They are being harassed by bandits. That's going to draw on food production and food production capability of the nation. Look at the farmers in the northeast. The same Boko Haram activities have chased most of them away from the farm. The herdsmen activities going on even in the north central region have affected agricultural production. We are not only talking about in terms of employment right now, but the adverse effect of these security challenges on agricultural food sustenance of the country, which is a major threat. So I think for us to move forward, the President has to look critically on the areas of security. It should not be politicized. It should not be passionately treated on the basis of tribe, religion, or wherever you come from. It should be as a matter of national importance to address the issues separately, unbiased, no matter whose horse is God. So security should be a primary. And then secondly, they have to start looking at inward productivity capability. We must not be export-dependent nation. We must not be import-dependent nation. Export-dependent on oil, I'm talking about. We must look at enhancing or developing our technological productive base in this country. We have thousands of talented youths, artisans in the areas of science, engineering, technology that will help develop basic technological skills for the country to grow. And until we are standing on our foot in terms of technological development, we're going nowhere. We're going nowhere. And I'm not satisfied with the crop of ministerial nominees being able to engineer technological industrialization growth for this country. I'm not satisfied with what I'm seeing. But nevertheless, it's an area that must be concentrated on. It's an area that must be looked into. Let us begin to think of how to be technologically independent as a nation. As a nation. By this point in time in world history, we should have attain some measure of development
Okay.
when it comes to technology. We are backward. So these are two critical areas: technology and security, for
Okay.
self-sustenance,
So,
agricultural
so
self-sustenance,
talking
and
about
productivity
insecurity,
self-sustenance.
as you mentioned, in relation with the agricultural sector, what specific suggestion or how specifically do you think this administration should tackle insecurity?
Well, I think community policing should be the paramount strategy to adopt. I've always been an advocate for the traditional institutions to be given proper role in security management, because every traditional ruler in this country is the first landlord of any terrorist, is the first landlord of any militancy group. The traditional institution, they are the immediate supervisors of every community. They know who is and who is not. So the government or security agency should co-opt them and give them strategic roles in security management of their areas, which will integrate overall national security. It should come from the community base. So I believe the community security program or policy
All right.
is the way to go. Sending soldiers and troops of Navy and Air Force people in an area strange to them does not make them, give them the ability to
Okay.
identify the criminals. They
All
cannot.
right. Thank you very much for being with us at this time. Thank you. And that was
Thank you, sir.
Honorable Peter Okoroafor, Public Affairs Analyst, who joined us from Abuja.